The rest of you, could you just leave? I'm ready. Would you like to say something?
Maybe.
Okay.
Hi, everybody. I see some familiar faces out there. Thank you guys all for coming tonight. I'm the director and one of the teachers at high school here in Marcia. And everybody has worked really, really hard on this play. It was definitely done in a short amount of time compared to other plays, but they worked really, really hard. One of the actors has over 100 lines, and they worked very hard. This is a comedy. It is called Mankato by Robert Allen Blair, and it is set in the 1950s. And it is about a burglar who decides he's going to rob a house. And everything seems like it's going fine, and he thinks they're going to be out of town for the weekend. But then these people just start showing up. And he doesn't know what to do, and things get kind of crazy, so he just goes along with it. And that's what makes it kind of funny. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And just so you guys know, I had one of my actors show up with laryngitis this week, and that was a first for me. I've had actors with colds, but not laryngitis who actually can't speak. So we had to improvise a little bit for this production, and you guys will get to see what we decided to do. And so that makes it a little more interesting. But I hope you guys enjoy it. Feel free to laugh. That's totally fun. And thank you guys for coming.
Oh, just a minute. Hold on. Come on in.
Do you need a taxi, lady?
Yeah, will you take us, please?
Sure, plenty of.
I have to catch a 7 o'clock train.
Sure, plenty of time.
Hello, police department? This is Mrs. Harry Mason, 455 Fifth Avenue. I have a request I would like to make. Yes, I was wondering if I could send a police officer over to watch the house for the weekend. No, Mr. Mason's already on his way, directly from a business trip. Thank you. It's good to know our house will be in good hands. Goodbye.
You can come out now, Tammy. She's really gone this time.
I'm awfully sorry about that, Chief. I thought it was the 6 o'clock train she was taking. I guess I made another boo-boo.
Oh, no great harm done, my girl. But you can see the importance of having every detail at your command when reconnoitering a potential target. Set those things down over there, will you? There are many factors that make for perfection in this line of work, Tammy. Give it some time and you'll acquire them as a second nature. If you can only stop proving you're a match for any man. You're young, yet you've hardly served your first year's apprenticeship with me.
What on earth are you doing?
You have much to learn, my girl. A moving flashlight causes more suspicion than house lights. An appearance of secrecy merely places one at a disadvantage. If one acts as if he owns the place, the advantage becomes his, and anyone who questions his right begins to feel that he's the one that's made the mistake. Come out, my dear, show yourself.
Okay, but I don't feel comfortable.
One must approach everything with the eye of a connoisseur. So I'd like you to leave me here alone, Tammy.
I'd like to stay and help, Chief.
No, you're more help on the outside. A strange car in the neighborhood is one of the first things the police will notice. Go home and stay by the phone waiting for my call.
It's Seems to me a person's an apprentice a long time.
No, no, no. Go out the front door.
But somebody will see.
That's the idea. Go. Stride out. Head high. As if you own the place.
Well, I don't know.
Tammy, do you want to be a professional or don't you? Go. Good night, Tammy. I'll be up for a while. I have things to do.
Yes, of course. Good night.
She'll learn. Kid's got promise. Nice things, these. I wouldn't want to scratch up these. There must be an old sack of newspapers somewhere. Somebody's being persistent. Oh, 4. Don't they ever give up? Murphy's billiard parlor. No, nobody here named Harry Mason. Oh, you're Harry Mason. Glad to know you. Come down for a game of snooker? What? I can't hardly hear you. Are you calling long distance? So you are. So you gotta get a hold of your wife, eh? So why'd you ring up the billiard parlor? Temper? Temper? Murphy's billiard parlor. 50 miles. Well, if he does decide to turn around, that will give me an hour at least. It's better than nothing. Everything I have is yours, you're part of me. Ah, now this restores my faith in the Masons. Genuine Staffordshire sterling, no less. I would gladly give the world to you, if the world were only mine. I would gladly give the moon to you, and the stars that shine.
Oh,
Good
Uncle
evening.
Harry, you're the only person I can turn to now. You are my Uncle Harry, aren't you?
Is there any good reason I shouldn't be?
I bet you don't even know who I am. I'm Marjorie,
To be sure, Marjorie.
Frank's daughter,
Yes, Frank.
your brother.
Oh, that Frank. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
Mama hasn't ever forgiven you, you know. I've always considered you the mystery man of the family.
And this isn't strange. I've completely forgotten why they're so displeased with me. What brings you here now, child?
Uncle Harry, this is Eddie Kinsel, my fiance.
Oh, charmed, delighted.
How are you, sir?
We're running away to be married.
Oh, such a pity you picked this time. You'll forgive me if I go right on packing. Your Aunt Olive's already up at the lake. We were going away for the weekend.
A fur coat. But this is July. Where are you going?
It gets cold up at Green Lake, you know.
We were hoping you could set us up for the weekend so we can have the ceremony on Monday.
If only I weren't going away for the weekend.
Oh, Eddie, what are we going to do now? This is the only place we could go.
You know what? I'll do it. Stay a week, stay a month. My home is yours.
You darling, that's wonderful of you, Uncle Harry.
Yes, yes. Well, I'm sure you have other things to do than to gab it up with an old man. Bring your luggage in and let's get you settled upstairs. Then maybe you'd like to line up a clergyman for Monday's ceremony.
I think we might do that, Eddie.
If you say so, Marge, I'll go get your stuff.
You're sweet, Uncle Harry. I wish I'd known you a long time ago.
Where'll I put these, sir?
Up the stairs, to the right. You take the front room, Marjorie the one across the hall.
And and you won't have to worry about a thing while you're gone.
To be sure, the Masons would be overjoyed to hear that.
Where are those lists of names, Uncle Harry? We'll go out now and find somebody to marry us.
Fine, fine. Here's this list of names for you, and when you return, the house will be yours. Ah, now, the piece de resistance. Well, patience. What's this? Open house?
Harry Mason, you old heartthrob. Never thought you'd see me again, did you, Ducky?
I can't say that I did.
You are Harry Mason, aren't you?
Who else would I be?
I just didn't remember you as a small person.
I dare say you've grown, madame.
Madame? Oh, Harry, you don't remember me after all we've been through together? Well, I couldn't expect you to remember. It's been too many years.
I know, I'm a cad, but the name escapes me.
After all those beautiful times at Fremont High, you've forgotten little Violet Burdock?
Little. Surely you're not Violet. How thoughtlessly cruel of me. Now it all comes back. The long walks on shaded lanes, the copied exams, the ballroom dances.
Oh, Harry, you don't remember.
Please, Violet. I'm a married man.
That's right. Where is she?
Olive's gone up country for the weekend.
And you're alone here? Are you happy, Harry? Wouldn't you like to get away from all this?
Now that you mention it,
I knew it. A woman senses these things. There's something gone wrong between you and your wife. You've been packing to leave her. It was fate that brought me here tonight of all nights. I was in town all week for a buyer's convention, and I just thought, I'll look in on dear old Harry before I go home. Harry, let's both of us drop everything and fly together tonight. Mexico, my love. Warm moonlight, gentle breezes off the Gulf, and when you get your divorce.
wait just a minute. You must give me time to think, free from your distracting presence.
I know. I'll go back to my hotel and pack. And by the time I get back...
Let's make it a little more definite. You must sit and think about it too. Meet me back here. Midnight.
How significant. The dawn of a new day, a new life. Do you mean it, Harry?
Yeah, sure, I mean it.
I can't believe... See, I'm going...
Violet! Hey! Violet, wake up! If I could just apply a little concentration to this task. Good evening, officer.
Is everything all right in here?
Yes, why? Has someone been complaining?
We were told to watch his house this weekend while the family was away. Do you live here?
Yes, I live here. I've been packing to join my wife Olive up at the lake. Late start, you know.
The way I had it, you were gone up there already, and she was joining you. But if your wife's up at the lake...
Oh, that isn't Mrs. Mason. That's an old friend.
I catch. Is she okay, or did you slug her?
No. The poor girl's emotionally overwrought. A high school girlfriend I haven't seen in years, and the excitement was too much for her. You know how it is.
Do you still want us to watch the house this weekend?
I'm glad you mentioned that. There will actually be a young couple staying here this weekend.
Better give me their names.
Marjorie Mason, my niece, and her fiancé, Ed Kinsel.
Okay. I'm sorry I barged in on you like this, but we got our orders.
Oh, don't give it another thought, officer. It makes me glad that you're so conscientious. It says more for the caliber of our public servants.
Hey, is this your wedding picture over here?
You know, I never did like that picture. It doesn't look anything like me.
Those old-fashioned clothes sure make you look different. Well, good night.
Yes, good night, officer. From now on, they'll expect no one to be home. I'm getting a bit tired of playing man of the house. Somewhere I'm going about this all wrong, but I can hear the tumblers fall. Hello? Tammy? Just checking. This wall safe poses a bit of a problem, my girl. Oh, it's fine, it's fine. I'll call you when I'm ready to be picked up. Oh, I think somebody's coming. Violet! Hey, Violet! You can't stay here, little one.
Yes, that's her number, all right. Operator, say, there's something wrong with this line. Every time I tried calling from Jackson, I kept getting a wrong number. Could you ring me back, please? 238-7765. Thank you. Yes, I think it's all right for now. Could you make a person-to-person call with Mrs. Mason of the Green Lake Lodge? I'll wait. Thanks. Olive? Harry. I tried to catch you earlier, but something was wrong with his phone. Now wait before you jump all over me. You know how all year I've been trying to land the Dawson contract? Well, the old man is ready to sign. But here's the catch. He's leaving for Europe in the morning, and he wants to see me early with all the specifications. So I had to get my old spec sheets from home to compare. If I want to get any sleep before leaving, I'll have to turn around and head back to Jackson. This sadly knocks out our weekend. If you'd like, you could take the train that gets there at night. Okay. See you tomorrow. Goodbye. I know it was here. Oh, there it is.
I wonder how long my heart can stand the strain.
Harry? It's dark in here. Harry?
No, no, no! What is it, my dear?
What are you doing sitting there in the dark?
It soothes my eyes.
I feel ashamed. Did I pull a silly feint?
You always were an emotionally sensitive person. Now you must go. Meet me back here at midnight.
Till midnight, Harry. Then, for always.
Yeah, sure. Patience pays off. I better locate the fuse box and throw the main switch.
I know you're in there. I can see the lights upstairs.
Those youngsters didn't turn off the lights. Good evening.
Where are they? It's the only place from 1,000 miles Marjorie could have come.
Where are who, my good woman?
Small wonder you don't remember me. It's been 20 years since that time. Strange. I remember you was taller and heavier.
I've been sick. Please explain yourself.
Marjorie flouted my authority, ran off that worthless Kinsel boy. Clyde, come in here.
Clyde, send out invitations.
Are they here?
You could just bet they are. He doesn't have the gall to deny it.
Why deny it? They came here an hour ago to tell me they were going to be married. In Mexico. That's south on Highway 23.
We could still catch up with them. My little sports model has a lot more power than Kinsl's little heap.
Forget it. Harry Mason, you needn't think you could steer me out of here that easily. You've come to some understanding with Marjorie. I'll look in here. Clyde, you try upstairs.
Right. Don't worry, sir. I wouldn't dream of intruding.
Be my guest. You possess the balance of power for the moment.
Right you are.
Nothing in there.
Did you try the basement? That's always a good place to look.
There's some luggage up here, Mrs. Mason.
Ha! I'll soon know if it's Marjorie's.
I don't think I should be doing this.
Come, sit down, son. No point in everyone being upset.
I feel an awful bore, but she's a determined woman.
Can you answer me a personal question? Are you in love with Marjorie?
Yes, sir, ever since school.
Take it from me, son. High school romances often lead to problems. And you overlook the fact that Marjorie's not in love with you.
You may be right, but she'll see things more clearly after we're married. Her mother and I agree.
Who's running your life? You or Marjorie's mother? Do you really want that old hag for a mother?
Ooh, I never thought about that before. Frightening, isn't it?
Quite.
That's Marjorie's luggage, all right. They've not only been here, but they're coming back. Harry, for the sake of the family's good name, you must tell me where they are. Forget for the moment that I dislike you. Think of me only as an anxious mother.
Why anxious? Kinsel impresses me as a steady, young, serious chap.
Mrs. Mason, I've been giving this some thought.
Be quiet, Clyde. Harry, please, I appeal to you.
No, I'm not sure that you do. But for all the good it will do you, they're out hunting up a clergyman.
I must stop her before she ruins her life.
Oh, knock it off. They just got the license. They can't possibly be married before Monday.
Well, then I'll wait right here till they come back.
Oh.
Mrs. Mason, I think you should know.
Quiet, Clyde. Harry, where's your wife?
Oh, Olive's gone up to the lake. We were going away for the weekend, but with one thing after another, I can't seem to get away.
Don't let me keep you here. I can deal with Marjorie without your help. Or are you afraid I'll ransack the house while you're gone?
Good luck if you try. No, I think I'll stay. It would be like walking out on a good movie.
I'd rather you went on your way. If you'd been in your right mind when they came, you'd have sent them right where they belong.
Tell me, how old is Marjorie?
22. Why?
Then she's past legal age. All anyone can do for her is wish her the best.
And I can be big about it and do the same.
Honestly, Harry, how can anyone be so consistently nauseating after all these years gone by?
It must be an art. Why do you hate me so? If I ever did know, it's totally slipped my mind.
Can you sit there and tell me you've forgotten the spring dance?
After all, weren't there 2 or 3 spring dances?
It was just before your brother and I were married. Not precisely the dance, but what happened afterward.
Oh, to be sure. It's always the aftermath of a dance that lingers in memory.
If you'd rather I left.
You stay right where you are, Clyde! I should need a witness if I should lose control. You could say I was provoked into assault. My blood boils when I think of it.
Don't leave me in suspense. What'd I do?
You lurked outside the ballroom when Frank and I went for a walk in the woods. You let the air out of his tires. By the time we got back, everybody was gone. The ballroom was locked in dark. We couldn't even get to the payphone. We had to walk the whole long 7 miles back to town.
Oh, sorry.
I did that? I sound like quite a card.
Listen to me, both of you. I have something to say.
Mama and Clyde?
And just what have you been up to? You thought you were getting away with something, didn't you? I never thought you'd be so rebellious.
Edward, what is wrong with you? You're gonna let her talk to your fiance like that?
Yeah, you can't talk to my fiance like that.
We'll see about that fiance bit. I plan to take legal actions to keep you away from my Marjorie.
What do I do now?
Simply stand up to her. She has no right to bully you.
What he just said.
I can deal with you later.
Folks, We're all riled up. Why don't we go and head up to bed before somebody says something he regrets?
You dare mention bed at a time like this?
It's quite
Wait,
late.
all of you, we have the license and the ceremony arranged for Monday. Everybody's invited, but nobody's stopping us.
But you can't! You whelp. Working at a gas station, what are you gonna do with yourself?
Right now, I'd like to go home.
Eddie, don't give in now, or you'll be doing it for the rest of your life.
But she's bigger than I am.
Excuse me all, but these objections to Edward seems to be based on his financial status. It's ridiculous. How much was Frank earning when you married him?
That's entirely besides the point.
No, it's entirely the point. You and Frank have achieved your current standard of living over a period of years, yet you expect Marjorie to start out on a level where you currently stand.
Say, isn't that downright unfair?
Come now, you can produce a stronger term than that.
The first thing I thought of, let's see. That's a stupid way of looking at it.
Better, she can be talked back to. Lightning didn't strike you, and if she does, sue her.
Young man, I want you to repeat that.
Once I get the hang of it, it's not so bad. I realize now you're just a big bluff, and it's time somebody called you ma'am. Don't touch me, I'll sue you for assault.
With intent to do bodily harm.
Oh, Eddie, I knew I hadn't made a mistake.
Marjorie, I simply can't understand you. After we've given you all the advantages.
Except the most important, a little understanding and respect.
What have I done to set you against me like this?
You've been against me my whole life. Don't you see? I've never had a life of my own. But I'm starting one now, and it won't be dictated by anyone, not even Eddie. It's nothing against you, Mama. It's what I mean.
Forgive me, but what's behind this disapproval of Edward? It seems to be basically money.
That's it. Around our neighborhood, the Masons are known as snobs. I have to get out of that environment before I become just as bad.
You will not say a word against the family.
I have nothing against money, but it shouldn't be used as an excuse to put people down.
There are some facts I'm compelled to reveal to you youngsters. Don't worry, I won't share any of your secrets. But as for myself, I'm not ashamed to have it known that I've done time in the state penitentiary.
Oh, Uncle Harry, I'm sorry.
Harry, you haven't. Well, maybe you have.
If I may ask, sir, what were you in for?
I know it sounds impossible, even laughable, but it was for breaking and entering. But now, Marjorie's happiness is more important than the reputation of an old man.
I think you're making the whole thing up. And just what are you referring to as my secrets? I have nothing to hide.
Commendable of you, old girl, but then we've had our day. I was thinking of the matter of the embezzled funds. They never did recover all the money. And once he paid off his debt to society, he managed the capital to start his own business.
I know. That must be Mama's brother, Uncle Charlie. It sounds like him.
It's an unprincipled lie. I have you up for libel, Harry Mason.
Libel against whom? I've said no names. If Marjorie wishes to draw her own conclusions, she knows your family better than I.
Surely you don't believe all this.
Yes.
Now that that's out of our systems, why don't we all head up to bed? This night has been an emotional drain for all of us. Clyde, you're welcome to stay too if you'd like.
Thank you all the same, sir, but I'm only an intruder here. I'm going home where I belong. I see now that I was never even in the picture.
Poor, disillusioned Clyde.
It's not that, sir. Rather surprised, though.
Clyde, this was a pure slander.
It doesn't matter, Mrs. Mason. I've learned far more than this about myself tonight. Are you coming with me?
I am not. Thank you.
Well, then good night,
When
all.
the time
I'm sorry,
comes,
Marjorie.
my husband can get me.
You're staying? Well, if you're staying, then I won't go either.
Don't spoil your weekend just for us, Uncle Harry. I can handle Mama now. I'll never forget what you've done tonight.
Neither will I.
Many people will have reason to remember this night. Harry Mason among them.
No matter what you are or have been, sir, it'll be an honor to be related to you.
All right, youngsters. Now I grow tired, and I can hardly keep my eyes open. I'll get a few winks before I drive up to Green Lake. Go ahead. You're sprier than I.
Good night, Uncle Harry, and we're sorry if we spoiled your weekend.
Please don't trouble yourself about me. Just tell me which room I may have and leave me alone.
Come. You can have the small room at the end of the hall. I'll lay out some of Olive's things for you.
Oh, you just wait till Olive gets home.
If you're trying to wield my Olive as a weapon against me, it won't work. She has no legal hold on me. For you see, Olive and I were never married. This night has taken a lot out of me. I was sure I said... Oh, well. To work. First, the fuse box, right?
I thought you were upstairs. You seem to do a lot of lurking in the dark.
I do my best work in the dark. What brings you abroad at this hour?
Thanks to you, you horrid little man. I can't sleep a wink. I hope you won't grudge me some crackers and milk.
Go, clean out the refrigerator for all I care. No more time to worry about the bells.
Harry, where do you keep the silverware? I can't find a thing in here.
Ah, what was it you needed?
I wanted a soup spoon.
Right, soup spoon. And maybe a knife if you'd like some cheese on those crackers. And maybe a fork for some leftover cake. Here you are.
Thank you. I know it's foolish of me to ask, but why do you keep the silverware in a... You know what? Forget it. I don't think I want to know.
All right. Hello? Tammy? Yes, I know there are some complications, but I finally got it. Meet me at the corner in 10 minutes. If I'm not there within 30 minutes, drive off. All right, bye. Here goes.
Dear boy, all packed and ready to fly.
Help!
Now it's off to sunny Mexico, my darling.
So that's the way the wind blows. No wonder you were so eager to get rid of us. Now I'll have to be the one to break the news to Olive.
I know I turned this lamp off. Oh, that's right, Harry was home. My jewels! My fur coat! Ah! There's a man in my room! Operator, I want a policeman right away. This is Mrs. Harry Mason, 455 Fifth Avenue. Please, hurry.
Hey, who turned the light on in my face? Well, who do you think you are?
You stay right where you are and don't come 1 inch closer.
It's all the commotion in here. Oh, you must be Olive. We weren't expecting you back so soon.
Did I hear somebody scream?
Will somebody pay attention to me? Who are all you people?
Put that silly thing down, dear. I'm your sister-in-law, Frank Mason's wife, and that's Marjorie, your niece. And that, heaven help her, is her fiance, Edward Kinsel.
But what are you all doing here?
Oh, Aunt Olive, we'll be grateful to Uncle Harry all the rest of our lives.
I don't understand. And just
Where are my jewels and my fur coat? And who knows what else? What were you all doing while our house is being robbed?
Robbed? I'm sure, I don't know, unless that's what the silverware was doing in the suitcase.
And we saw a couple of suits. He said he was packing to go join you.
I can't make the slightest sense of this. Who are you talking about?
Uncle Harry, of course.
You barely missed him.
But Harry drove to Jackson on business just before I caught the train home.
That's what you think, dear. This will come as a shock to you, but Harry is leaving you.
Mama, you're just getting back at him for taking our side against you.
Harry? My Harry?
I was right there behind the kitchen door. They're on their way to Mexico.
Mama!
Well, that's no surprise.
What was that? And just what else has Harry been up to while I was away?
Oh, Aunt Olive, you won't believe all this. You have the sweetest, kindest, wisest husband in the world.
Well, I can't believe that about him either.
And generous. He said we should move in with you till after the wedding Monday.
Oh, he did.
Yes, and he's turned my little girl against me and maligned my family name.
But Harry never opens his mouth when there are other people around.
He did tonight, dear.
Please, open up! Open the door! Who called the police here?
I did. I'm Mrs. Mason.
Weren't you supposed to be up at Green Lake?
I returned sooner than expected. I want you to find my husband who's on his way to...
Hey, I'm afraid that's out of my line. That's strictly a family affair between you and him and that other one.
Other one? What do you mean?
You said her name was... Violet Murdoch.
Violet? Harry hasn't seen her since high school. What do you know about it?
She was here earlier. She was there. When I was here earlier, she was here passed out on the couch. A few minutes ago, I saw them driving in her car. She was driving with one hand and hanging on to him with the other.
There must be some misunderstanding. You should have stopped them.
Look, miss, I got no right to butt in on something personal.
Officer, it becomes more than personal when that man and his woman accomplice loot the house before leaving.
That does put a different light on it. What's missing?
My jewelry, my fur coat for beginners.
Don't forget the silverware.
When you bring him in for burglary, I'll take care of the personal matter.
I'll just put a call into headquarters.
Oh, Eddie, what must you think of my family now?
I don't mind if you don't. It sort of makes us even.
Hey, Julie, get me Joe. No, I'll wait.
I've been doing some thinking tonight. Thanks to Uncle Harry, other people can't think for me any better than I can for myself.
You haven't heard the last from me yet.
I think we have. You have no moral or legal right to force your will on either Marge or me. If you can't
Eddie.
accept what we're doing, back off and let go.
Oh, Eddie, I do love you.
Hey, Joe, get on the air and notify all units to pick up a green Ford sedan. License UZZ354. Female driving, male passenger. The passenger is Harry Mason. Yeah, I know, the guy who lives here. He robbed his own house and took off with the dame. Bring them both in. The dame's an accomplice. I got a good look at him when I was here earlier. He's kind of a little guy. Sharp dresser, brown hair.
But that's not Harry you're describing. Harry's blonde, weighs 210, and he wears a suit till it's self-supporting.
Wait, Joe. Look, lady, I saw him. Your description is not him.
That's right, Olive dear. Harry's small and dapper, like a weasel.
But I've lived with the man 20 years. I ought to know.
Well, you know your sordid secret, dear. You needn't be so blatant about it.
Why, I'm even bigger than he is, and that's not saying much.
Joe, just pick up the car and bring them in. Any of you know where they're heading?
I heard her say Mexico.
Probably going south on Highway 23. Between the State Highway Patrol and the Jackson Police, we're bound to spot them this side of Jackson.
And Harry even told me. I never dreamed.
Oh, poor Uncle Harry. He must have been driven to this. Aunt Olive, didn't you have a clue?
No, none. When Harry called to call it off, I didn't think much of it. I knew that that contract was so important to him.
Well, if you folks don't need us anymore, we'll be on our way.
Thank you, officer. When you hear anything, will you please tell me first?
You'll be the first to know. That's probably for me. Joe? Who? What's my hat size got to do with anything? Who are you anyway? Okay, you asked me first. I'm an officer of the law. That's who. Who? Harry Mason? Boy, you have got a nerve.
Let me have that phone.
Where are you? Jackson? But Jackson's 50 miles from here. You couldn't be, but I just saw you here in town a few minutes ago. I did too. He wants you.
Oh, he does. Hello? Harry? Exactly what do you have to say for yourself? Because you have? All this time? Well, I think I'm beginning to understand now. All right, get some sleep, love. You have that important contract. Goodbye. Well, it seems some explanations are due from you people. You permitted a total stranger to rob this house right under your noses.
But he was here when we came.
He was here when I came.
And he was here when I came.
And when I came.
You may not remember what Harry looks like, but our wedding photo is right here on the table. Oh, good grief, did he take that too?
Hey, Joe. Wrong name on the guy. He isn't Harry Mason. We don't have his name. Look, the description stands. I'll brief you when I get back. Sounds like a professional.
Professional what?
Housebreaker, ma'am. He had the accomplice, the getaway car, everything.
Then that awful little man is a criminal?
That's too bad. I almost wish he were Uncle Harry.
We might all been hurt.
That kind of foe doesn't use a weapon. Why should he? He gets what he wants without it, and nobody gets hurt.
Anyways, dear, I'm so relieved to know that wasn't Harry with Violet.
But if that wasn't Harry, then we're here as uninvited guests. Aunt Olive, I'm sorry.
That's okay. You know, somehow I want people around me right now to tell me everything that's been going on here tonight.
Forgive me all. This
That's
is the only
it,
place
get
that
it.
was open.
What did you come back for?
My boy, what does a man seek from life? Security. Security from hunger, from the wolves in the wilderness, from the elements.
Yeah, but what did you come back here for?
Bodily security, officer. I managed to get away from Violet at the corner of Sunset and Parkway. But she has an unerring instinct. She can never be more than 30 seconds behind me. I cut across ditches, fences, lawns, lots to get back here. But when I got back, the crowning irony, my car driver had drove off. Can't blame Tammy, though. I told her not to wait more than 30 minutes.
Harry doll, don't play games with me. Let me in.
The loot's in the car, every bit of it intact. I bear the woman no malice. She has nothing to do with this job. Call her an innocent bystander.
I'll never forget what you've done tonight. If you want, I'll even be a character witness in your trial.
And so will I, sir.
And so will I.
Thanks, you three. But she'd more than cancel the both of you out. No, now I only have one overwhelming need. Solitude. Please, officer, give me solitary confinement.
Oh, I have to check.
Harry, you can't hide from me forever.
Please, officer, please give me solitary.
Hey, Joel, forget the whole thing. He's turned himself in. Right here. And get this, he's asking for solitary. What? No, I'm not losing my mind. Listen, you, I'll come down there and punch you right in the nose.
Harry!
Back up.
Just get off.
fun. Enjoyed it. That was great. Thank you, Karen, Mrs. Marcia, thank you. Thank you, Miss Riley. Thank you, Pastor Ryan up there in the light department, and everyone else that was involved. You got some real actors there. I like those little policemen. Thank you. You're welcome to go to the dining room for ice cream if you'd like, or just go over there for